I'm gonna tell you the best financial decision. And guess what? Sometimes that decision is hard. And that's okay with me as long as it's okay with you. And I think that you should be honest with your advisor about what you're looking for and what you want to get out of the relationship. And what I don't want you to do is take on a task too hard that you can't actually save in retirement, but your goal should be $1,000 a month in the end. Welcome to the Wealth Help Desk. Today we're talking about 3 different topics. The first one is the tough questions you need to talk to your financial advisor about. What are the fees to work with you and what do I get from those fees? The second thing we're going to talk about, we talk about this all the time, lifestyle inflation. You make more money, you spend more money. How can you battle against this? And then the third and last one is how can you raise your kids to have a better relationship with money than the generation before you, than you yourself, and for the betterment of them going forward. Find out here today on the Wealth Help Desk. Let's get started with our first one. The financial industry doesn't get paid when you win. It gets paid when you pay. Your advisor's fee structure is the single most important number in your financial relationship. And most clients have never asked what it is. When was the last time you sat down with your financial advisor and asked, how exactly do you get paid? And how does that advice affect what you give me? Most people never ask, and the industry has been structured for decades to make sure you don't need to. Because the compensation is buried behind fund expense ratios, trailing commissions, and product fees you never see as a line item. There's 3 ways that advisors get paid today. First is raw commissions. Maybe they sell you a product. It could be an annuity, it could be an insurance product, life insurance, something like that. The insurance company will pay a commission to the agent that sold that product. The second way is fee-based. I give you advice on what you should buy. Maybe it's a stock. Maybe I tell you NVIDIA is the best stock, you should buy it. And then I get paid a percentage of what you bought of NVIDIA, so that you basically use me as the advice person, and that's how the payment works. And then there's a flat fee. You pay me $5,000, I'll tell you anything you want to know about your financial future, and that's how I get paid. There's these 3 different ingredients, and some people use multiple, and some people use just singular one of those. The AUM fee math. 1% AUM sounds harmless, but on a $500,000 portfolio, that's $5,000 a year. Over 20 years, assuming the portfolio grows to $1.5 million, the cumulative fee at 1% is approximately $180,000, not including opportunity costs on those fees. That $180,000, if it had remained invested at 7%, would have been worth an additional $340,000 by the end of that period. The fee you don't see is the compound you didn't get. The fiduciary standard, though, and the fiduciary is the idea that whoever you're talking to is supposed to put your interest above their own. So I can't put my interest above your interest, and that's the fiduciary duty I have as an investment advisor. A fiduciary is legally required to act in your best interest. A non-fiduciary broker-dealer only has to recommend something suitable. So if you went to a broker-dealer and you said, hey, what stock should I buy? And they tell you NVIDIA and you buy it, they get a commission based off of that, and that's what a broker-dealer is. This means that it doesn't have to be the best option, just not a terrible one. Most people assume their advisor is a fiduciary. Many are not. The question you ask your advisor verbatim is, are you a fiduciary 100% of the time for all the advice you give me? There's a pause or a hedge, you get your answer on what that looks like. When your advisor is generally worth the fee, be balanced. A good advisor earns their costs in ways that are hard to quantify. Behavioral coaching that stops you from panic selling in 2020 may have preserved $150,000 of portfolio value. A Roth conversion strategy may have saved you $80K in retirement taxes. Estate planning coordination may have saved you $200,000 in estate taxes. The value is real, but it comes from planning, behavioral, and tax optimization, not stock picking. If you're paying 1% AUM and your advisor isn't doing those things, you're overpaying for a relationship, not a service. I view the profession is my job is not just to help you understand the best financial decision you can make. It's also to help you manage the emotions that come with life. Having a first kid, buying a home, paying off your car for the first time, when your spouse dies. I'm there for all 4 of those events. You call, you say, hey CJ, should I do this? Should I do X, Y, or Z? What is the best financial decision I can make today? I'm gonna tell you the best financial decision. And guess what? Sometimes that decision is hard. Sometimes it is not an easy decision. Sometimes it is painful. And sometimes it is something that you didn't think of that you know you need to do. And so I view it a little bit like I'm gonna give you some tough love at times, but ultimately it's for your benefit. And I think that's part of my fiduciary duty is I'm not gonna lie to you and sugarcoat something when you need the truth completely. The auction item, the free audit. Pull every financial statement, identify the advisor fee, the fund expense ratios inside each account, and any surrender charges or commission-based products. Add them up. If your all-in cost is above 1.5%, you need to have a conversation or make a change. A Vanguard index portfolio costs 0.03 or 0.07%. Yes, 0.03 or 0.07. Not 1, not 50, not 10, but 0.03%. The gap between that and 1.5 in cost is the gap between retiring comfortably and retiring slightly less so. Over 30 years, it's 6 figures. Make sure you look at these fees. And I think part of our process and part of my process when I sit down with a client is we talk about my fee structure, what it looks like. And I tell people my fee structure is 1.35%. Now, I just told you that 1.5 is a lot, and it is a lot. But ultimately, it's my job to give you the best advice possible for your account. And I think I'm worth that in what value I can create for your account because I'm gonna make you a lot more money than what that cost is. And I think that's what matters. If you have an advisor that doesn't return your phone calls, that doesn't help you navigate life, that doesn't help you navigate technology and all these other pieces to make sure that you're successful in retirement, well, they're probably not worth it. And guess what? I pick my clients as much as they pick me. It's a two-way relationship. And so I think your advisor should want to work with you as much as you want to work with them because it is an intimate relationship. It's not somebody you want to have a non-bonding relationship, a stale relationship with. It just doesn't work. And I think everyone's different. I'm not the right advisor for a lot of different clients because of how I view the world and how I think you should manage your money and what I think right and wrong is in the finance world. I'm not a big debt guy. I like Dave Ramsey. I don't believe you should have a lot of debt in your life. If you want a lot of debt in your life, I'm probably gonna recommend against it. And so if you want a debt strategy where you're borrowing and lending all kinds of money to do other things, that's fine. I'm probably not your guy. And that's okay with me as long as it's okay with you. And I think that you should be honest with your advisor about what you're looking for and what you want to get out of the relationship. And I think that involves a written contract that explains all these different things. Because I can help in all these different ways, and I'm a little bit more expensive than the average advisor. But like I said, I think we're worth it. And have this conversation with your advisor, make sure you're getting the fees that you know about and that they're good for both of you. Number 2, lifestyle inflation. The silent killer every raise you've ever gotten. You've gotten 6 raises in the last 8 years. Where did that money go? If you can't answer that, it's called lifestyle inflation. Every year you make more money and guess what? You spend more money. Things happen in life and you start to spend more. You have to define it precisely. Lifestyle inflation, also called lifestyle creep, is a gradual increase in spending that follows every increase in income. A raise means a nicer apartment. A promotion means a newer car. A bonus means a vacation that becomes a habit. Each individual upgrade feels earned and reasonable. The cumulative effect is that your saving rate stays flat. or shrinks as your income grows. And the gap between that and what you earn and what you invest will never close, and you're never gonna get ahead of it. The basics of this are you have to save more than you spend. You have to be in the green every single month. And I promise you, if you save more than you spend every single month, you're gonna be golden. But what happens is you make more, you spend more. You make more, you spend more. You make more, you spend more. You have to keep that gap. And it should increase over time. You should, as you make more money, you should be able to save more money. If you're not able to do that, there's a math calculation that's wrong. You balanced it wrong. You put too much in one side or the other. You have to pay attention to all these little things as life changes. Why it never feels like enough. Psychologists call it the hedonic adaptation. I'm probably saying that wrong, so let me know in the comments below how you actually say that. But humans return to the baseline level of happiness after positive events surprisingly quickly. The new apartment is exciting for 3 months, and then it's just home. The new car feels amazing for 6 weeks, and then it's just your commute. The pleasure fades, the payment does not. We keep upgrading to recapture the feeling, and each upgrade raises the floor of what feels normal, which is exactly why people with $250,000 income feel just as financially stressed as people with $75,000 in income. The savings rate equation, the only number that predicts financial independence. Your savings rate, what percentage of income you invest, predicts how long until you become financially independent, more accurately than your income, your investment returns, or your net worth. At a 10% saving rate, it takes 43 years to reach financial independence. At 25% of 32 years, at 50%, 17 years, and at 75%, 7 years. The path to retiring isn't earning more. It's keeping your spending flat while your income grows. The solution: automate spending before you spend it. On every raise, increase your investment contribution by at least 50%. And I would say my personal goal, and it took me a long time to get here, is that every single month you are saving $1,000. If you can save more than that, that's amazing. But if every single month you can save $1,000 and you start that by the time late would be 45, but if you started earlier at like 25, 35, you're going to be very, very successful in retirement because that's a lot of money put to work for you. So $1,000 every month should be your goal in savings. Now, that shouldn't be the beginning goal. If you're just starting your savings journey, start smaller. Save $50 a month, save $100 a month, save $250 a month, and work your way up to that $1,000 because it doesn't happen overnight. And what I don't want you to do is take on a task too hard that you can't actually save in retirement, but your goal should be $1,000 a month in the end. Any non-essential purchase over $500, a piece of furniture, a tech upgrade, a clothing splurge, wait 24 hours. Most purchases that survive 24 hours of reflection are legitimate. Most purchases that don't survive it were impulse decisions driven by marketing, social comparison, or a temporary emotional state. The pause is free, and it's one of the highest returning habits in personal finance. The most important financial decision you will ever make has nothing to do with the stock market. The greatest gift you can give your children is not a 529 account or a trust fund. It's a completely different relationship with money that most of us inherited. Most of our financial behaviors, the anxiety around money, the emotional spending, the avoidance of hard conversations were inherited from our parents, not through genetics, through observation. Children learn about money by watching, and most of them are watching parents who were never taught either. The cycle doesn't break itself. You learned how your relationship with money works because of your parents. And so listen to me in this next part so you can understand how to break that cycle for your kids. It's not sitting a 10-year-old down with a spreadsheet. It's narrating your decisions out loud. We're not buying that today because it's not in the budget. I'm moving money into savings before I pay bills because that's how we pay ourselves first. I chose the store brand because the difference goes into our vacation fund. These micro conversations, repeated over many years, build a financial operation system that no school curriculum ever will. The 3 financial concepts every child should understand before 12. 1, delayed gratification. The ability to wait for a bigger reward is the single strongest predictor of financial success in adult life. Number 2, compounding interest. Show them a calculator with $100 that grows at 7% for 50 years becomes $3,000. For 60 years, it becomes $6,000. Time is a variable children uniquely have an abundance of. Number 3, the difference between assets and liabilities. Things that put money in your pocket versus things that take out of your pocket. A lemonade stand is an asset. A savings account is an asset. Teaching this distinctly early rewires how kids see the world for these type of things. The Roth IRA account for kids, one of the least known wealth building tools. A child with earned income, babysitting, lawn mowing, a summer job can contribute to a Roth IRA up to their earned income amount, capped at $7,000 in 2025, $7,500 if you're in 2026. A parent can fund it on their behalf. $3,000 contributed to a Roth IRA for a 14-year-old growing tax-free at 7% for 51 years becomes $88,000 with no additional contributions. If they contribute $3,000 a year from 14 to 22, 8 years, which is $24,000 in total, and never contribute another dollar, the account reaches $640,000 by age 65. The earliest start, the more time does the work. Get these Roth accounts set up for the kids so that they can be successful and they don't have to worry about retirement. And guess what? They're gonna have money that they can use when they need it, and they don't have to rely on you. You don't want them to rely on you. You want them to take care of it themselves. Get these Roth accounts started up. Get them some earned income with whatever jobs they're putting together and put that money into a Roth IRA account.